Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all the witnesses for coming to be with us today. In recent years, retailers have emphasized that organized retail crime has become a significant threat both to public safety and to the retail economy, threatening the viability of businesses like cargo brokers, shippers, big box stores, and online marketplaces, as well as the physical safety of people who work at these different businesses. Although we lack one clear definition of organized retail crime, we know what the essential problem is now: continuing criminal enterprises that operate in a coordinated way to commit large-scale theft of merchandise for resale or to defraud retailers and convert the proceeds into cash or cryptocurrency. This is not petty shoplifting by middle school students. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that evolves and adapts almost daily to the latest technological trends, security improvements, and modified business operations. Social media and local news reports are filled with videos of smash and grabs and mobs raiding cargo containers. These accounts are shocking, but they are the tip of the iceberg. Criminal networks recruit people to steal or boost specified merchandise from retailers, sometimes paying the boosters travel expenses, then fence these stolen goods online, shipping them across state and sometimes national borders, and arranging for resale of the merchandise to other stores, or even returning them to the retailer that they had stolen from in the first place. Others steal hundreds of gift cards from retailers. They then peel off the label to obtain the unique code on each card before doctoring them up to look new, returning them back to the store shelves, and using customized software to track the card numbers online. When unsuspecting customers eventually purchase the cards and load them with value, $50 or $100 for a nephew's holiday gift or $500 for a wedding present, the thieves can drain all the money off of the cards for themselves remotely in this diabolically clever scam. The customer only finds out what happened if their disappointed nephew or the newlyweds complain about getting a gift card that has no value on it. It's increasingly clear that these kinds of operations at this scale are coordinated, enabled by the most up-to-date technology and communication tools, and very hard to stop. State and local law enforcement are our first line of defense against organized retail crime, but state and local officials have limited resources and authorities to investigate and prosecute crimes that cross state lines and even international borders. In recent years, federal agencies have taken some interest in confronting this problem, but federal prosecutors tend to focus their own limited resources on the largest and most brazen schemes, especially those involving theft of large amounts of cargo or thefts involving losses in tens of thousands of dollars. Many organized retail theft schemes are too complex for state prosecutors and too modest for federal prosecutors, creating a growing enforcement gap. As this committee grapples with the problem, I see two basic challenges. First, we need better data, because retailers, retail organizations, and law enforcement all track organized retail crime using different definitions and different methods. We've got a hard time canvassing the real scope and dimensions of the problem or formulating an effective targeted response. In some cases, retailers are targeted by the gangs for weeks or even months before it becomes clear that the crime is even taking place. If we're going to tackle this problem, we need standardized national data utilizing a consistent, widely accepted definition of organized retail crime. We cannot dismantle these criminal networks until we have a real understanding of how they operate and how much damage they're causing. Secondly, we need to see better coordination between federal law enforcement agencies and their state and local counterparts. A national task force could be very useful in finding the broader patterns in local incidents and conducting complex investigations across state lines. I would hope any such task force would be nimble enough to follow organized retail crime as their methods evolve. In 2022, Congress passed the Informed Consumers Act to bring more transparency to online transactions on certain platforms. But perpetrators of organized retail crime took note and moved their operations to smaller platforms not covered by the law. A nationwide task force would help us make sure our laws are keeping up with the criminals and ensuring law enforcement at all levels is empowered to counter organized retail crime. I'm glad that we have a very strong panel here today to share their expert knowledge and experience and to discuss solutions that will better protect employees, consumers, and communities across the country. I thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.